Montana State offensive lineman Marcus Wehr really began to blossom here at St. Francis before helping Billings Central to a state championship in his senior year. But his peers have long known that he's been a different beast.
You know, the first football memory I have of Marcus was a tackling drill where, it was old school. They just lined us both up and you ran straight at each other and hit each other. And I remember trying to tackle Marcus, and believe it or not, I was actually bigger than him at the time. And he still hit so hard, he flat backed me. And I just remember thinking, wow, that's like my welcome to football moment.
Right. Roll out.
Marcus spent his first 3 years at MSU on the defensive side of the ball before moving and flourishing on the offensive side. Kraft in particular remembers Marcus beginning to separate himself from the pack in high school, where his habits weren't that of a normal kid.
A lot of guys loved football and they lifted hard and worked hard at practice, but Marcus watched film a lot more than most everybody else, and he actually cared about what he ate, which is really rare for a high school dude.
Marcus, his mom, it was so funny because his mom's a great lady, and she'd always talk about how she would have to cook like 4 or 5 steaks a day, and just he'd be eating that, and I'd be sitting there like, dude, how are you even eating that, let alone continuing to work out and all this extra stuff? So the eating was definitely very impressive. He'd be packing, eating your typical peanut butter and jelly between class periods. And
Wehr won't be done with his football career after January 6th title game, as he's accepted an invite to the East-West Shrine Bowl to be played in Dallas on January 30th. Wehr's long list of accomplishments is no surprise to those who grew up with him.
Just how he'd go about his business, it was just with professional manner, is very admirable. It's something you can apply to football or just like your everyday life and your job. I mean, he's super serious on the field, but he's a big goofball. He's still cares about his people. And
Wehr hopes he adds national champion to that resume next week. In Billings, Alec Boffinger, MTN Sports.